Hi guys and girls. Okay, so this tutorial is mainly about trading, how to set up your accounts and placing trades, closing partials and all that. We need to start with the 10 rules for trading. Follow all these rules, every single one of them, if you don't want to lose money in trading. So, number one, discipline over emotion, always. We all have opinions. They say opinions are like noses. We see a pattern or what we think is a pattern. We believe it's going to go up, or we believe it's going to go down, or go back to where we'd like it to go. Look, I've made my share of mistakes with following my thoughts, and I strongly suggest you don't. Number two, patience. Patience brings profit. The market can move slow or fast. We don't really know what's going to happen, so we need to give it time. Sometimes we tend to put our stop losses too close because we're impatient, or we see a trade going the opposite of what we'd like it to be. It goes in red and we panic. So patience. There are experts guiding us, so you don't need to reinvent the whole thing. Cut losses, let winners run. If you receive instructions to close a trade at entry point or at a small loss, just follow what instructions are given, because that is quite a key. Risk management, your balance and your free margin determine the size of the trades you need to place. A lot of people overtrade or place too many trades or too many high stakes. That will bust your account in no time. Follow the trend wisely. Again, you'll be guided to do this. It's very tempting to see a market going up or a new all-time high and think, okay, I'll put a sell now because at some point it has to go back. We've seen a particular market, gold, reach an all-time high every week for 4 weeks in a row, and then started reaching an all-time high every 3 days or every 2 days. So if you try putting sells at certain points hoping it will go back, you're just going to be losing money. So plan trades and trade plans. Stick to a plan, stick to a strategy. If you're always going to follow a particular Telegram channel or a particular educator that you seem to resonate with their pattern of trading, make sure you stick to your plan. Don't change your plan based on emotions. If you're having a bad day, you trade erratically. Emotions really have to stay out of it. Small gains add up. Some people feel, I could have closed this trade, that's much more profit. Just be happy with small gains. There were days where I placed over 300 trades, all at 0.02. And the profit at the end of the day was a handsome profit several times. So small gains add up. Again, it kind of ties in with patience. Consistency beats chasing profits. It's very tempting to look at a day, have a small loss perhaps, or a very small profit, and say, today wasn't really good, and da-da-da. Go back and look at yesterday and the day before and the full week and the past month. This is a marathon, not a sprint. Don't expect to make millions in hours. It doesn't work that way. Know when to exit, and if you don't, just follow instructions. Just do what you're told, because the signals we have, the Telegram channel we have, the educators we have, give you all the exit points and tell you exactly what to do. So if you're not making money and if you're losing money, chances are you're just doing it your own way. Some people also exit too early. I've seen so many history screenshots of wins being closed in just 10 pips profit, 15 pips profit out of panic, and then out of panic as well closing losses in minus 100, minus 150 pips. If your trades, your profitable trades, are all small and your losses are all large, you're heading for disaster. And the last one, adapt to market shifts. An example I just mentioned, which is gold, all-time highs for 4 or 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks in a row. So that's a very huge market shift. I remember days where we used to kind of know that we're going to trade gold between 3,200 and 3,300, and that was for about 6 months on end. It very rarely went over 3,300 and very rarely dropped below 3,200. So we knew the trend, and we knew that if it drops below 3.2, it doesn't stay there for more than a couple of days. If it goes above 3.3 or 3.4, it doesn't stay there for more than a couple of days, and usually it used to kind of retrace back. That has completely changed. So if we had a strategy that we used to adopt over there, it's just not applicable anymore. No one comes giving us notice, telling us the market pattern is going to change or this or that. So you have to adapt. You have to be on the ball. Or, again, listen to the experts. Thanks for now. So here what we're seeing is the email you receive once you create your first account. You need to copy the account number and copy paste the master password and put these into MetaTrader 5. And if you go on manage accounts, you will see all the accounts you would have created. I mean, some of these are demos, some are actually live accounts, but it doesn't really matter. You can log in to a particular account and start trading from there. So your top left menu, the 3 lines, is going to give you the options to switch through accounts, and at the bottom what you have is quotes, charts, trade history, and messages, and I'll get into all this. Top right, the 3 dots, change master password, change investor password. You might need them in time, you might not, but we don't need to get into that detail as yet. So we're going to get on this account, and this is what your account is going to look like. This is a demo account with a balance of 3,000, and we suggest that you start trading with a demo account and have a minimum balance. And a reason for this is, if you start with a demo account of 100,000 and get used to trading certain figures, unless you really plan to invest 100,000 in real money, and that's going to be very, very misguiding. So I would suggest you start with the minimum amount. Leverage, by the way, is 1:500. Maybe we'll take time to open a demo account again live here so we can show you how. So what you do first on an account, you go on quotes, and here you have a list of everything, all the markets that you have. This is great, not enough. What you have in terms of markets you can trade on. Now over here you need to edit these. For example, we need to add definitely a market like XAU USD, which is gold. We also need to add BTC USD, and you add, and you've added them from here. See, they're right there. Now I would also, to make your life easier, delete, see the trash can here, delete anything you might think you might not be using. In the beginning it's relatively easy to have, makes your life easier if you have only 2-3 markets to choose from, like the case right here. So over here we've went on quotes and we've changed the markets that we see, and we're going to go on charts, and this is the screen you would see generally. You change your market by clicking this symbol over here. At the moment it's on Euro USD. We're going to go on XAU USD, and that is the chart for gold. If you go on trade, we'll explain what to do. Let's stay on charts a bit for a while. So on an Android version, if you click the screen, you have this wheel where you have M1, M5, M15, M30, H1. Basically what that means is every candle is 1 minute. What you can do is make it larger, like so, or smaller, like so. You can also, by tapping on the right on the numbers, so I'm running my finger on 4251 and so forth, you can actually make it bigger or smaller this way as well. And if you want to have more kind of control of what's going on, you can do it from there. We generally monitor M1 and M5 and even M15 sometimes, but M1 gives you quite a real-time experience. What you're seeing here at the bottom is RSI, which is relative strengthening index. Speak to your sponsor, your upline. You might want to have it there, you might not. You just change it from here, the indicator window. But there are so many indicators that I wouldn't get too involved in those as well. And like this, we just took it off. So this is what your screen generally looks like. This will look like your screen without any indicators at all. You don't really need them, especially if you have great signals and you're following the GFO Connect or the GFO Live back office or the scanners or the Inner Circle Telegram channel. You don't really need any of that. So that's a bit where you want it. Now, another thing that's important up here, you see there's these two symbols. One is a circle and one is a rectangle. Now the rectangle opens these, sell and buy. This allows you to simply just click on it and buy. What you have here is the stake, 0.01. And obviously 0.01 is the minimum, and you would need to go up. If you want to trade at 0.05, for instance, you would adjust it from here. Now, in this case, if I wanted to put a buy now, I just click here. You will get this disclaimer. You have to agree to terms and conditions and go from there. And if I click buy now, my trade is placed. Now, if I go on trade, I can see the trade placed, and it's losing some money at the moment, which is absolutely fine. I'm going to show you how to adjust on the trade. There's two ways of adjusting a trade and entering your stop loss and your take profit. So on the chart, if you just click on the blue dotted line, this box appears where you have close, a sell, and TP. If I click on TP, take profit, my take profit appears, and by moving it up and down, I can determine that when the market reaches, in this case 4263.29, I can the trade will close automatically. I have to click on the blue arrow and modify, and like that, now I'm seeing both my entry point in blue and my TP. If you click on TP, you actually see how much money you will make from that particular trade. In the same way, if I want to put a stop loss, I just click on the trade, the box appears, click on a sell, and I can move the stop loss up and down. Now, if you notice, I moved the stop loss within a range where it's already been, and I cannot modify, the arrow isn't on. Watch the arrow go on as soon as I put a stop loss that has values that make sense. So again, I'm going to put the stop loss all the way down here. If it reaches down here, this trade will actually lose 145. Again, click the blue arrow and modify. If you want to place yet another trade, you can either click here or go on the trade screen page. Now what you have here is this is quite some important information. So you have your balance, your equity, not so important, margin, not so important. Tremendously important is free margin. This should never go below half your balance. If your free margin is coming dangerously close to half your balance, you're doing something wrong. You're either over trading, putting in too many trades. Speak to your sponsor, your upline, and get some assistance on that. So that is tremendously important. Now over here we can do a number of things. We can go on the trade and see where our stop loss and take profit is. If we hold it, this screen comes up and we can modify position. And here you have the options of modifying both the stop loss and the take profit. You just adjust from here and then modify. You also have top right this little plus sign. This little plus sign tells you, allows you to open a new trade. Now you can have market execution, which means you're just gonna place, I'm clicking on market execution and getting the menu. Basically all this says is either buy or sell now. So if you sell by market bottom left or buy by market bottom right, it's right there. And if I just click buy by market, I've placed a trade and it's right over there. And if you go on the chart, you will see it reflected over there. Same thing if we need to put a stop loss or take profit on it, we just hold our finger on it, modify position. I want to put my take profit at, I don't know, 4240 for instance, and stop loss 42, and modify. Again, if I go on the chart, I can see if I click on the blue dotted line that's in profit, it's showing my TP. I can move it up and modify. I would like to see my stop loss on this, but I can't see it because the range is too small. But if I make it smaller, there it is. I put my stop loss at 4.2 and it's right over there. Again, you can adjust and play around however you choose. So that's how to place trades, buy now, sell now. So if you go on this top right, looks like a clock, you have the option of sell limit or buy stop or buy stop limit, and so on and so forth. I don't really like placing them from here. It feels a bit complicated to me. So I generally go on the trades option and I plus market execution. Generally we use buy limit and sell limit. It's you can ignore the rest for now. Buy limit is just saying, listen, when the market reaches 4230, I want you to buy, and you place. Now if you go on the chart, you will see your buy limit. It's right here. See, at 4230. Now on this, again, I can move this because this is not an open trade. This is an order. See here, you've got positions and orders. This is an order. So I can decide to, okay, move the buy limit lower, put a TP higher, put a stop loss, like we've seen, arrow, modify. And again, it's all modified. Same thing goes with sell limit. If I want to place a sell limit, market execution, sell limit for, say it reaches 4245. You see the place came up. If I put a value that's lower than the market position right now, I'm trying to sell at 4240, but the market is already at 4241. It will not allow me. In fact, the place word is not highlighted. So the values have to be correct. 4245 and place. So again, you can see it on the chart. My sell limit is right here. Again, I can go on it, place a TP, and there you go. That's buy limits and sell limits. Now we get to the part of stake sizes and closing partials and details of what to do with open trades. What we have here is the trades we opened just a while ago. None of them hit TP yet. And this TP is of this buy limit. Here you can navigate and see what you have in your market at the moment. So if you click on any particular TP, it's going to show you to which trade it's related. If you click this one, it's related to this one. If you click this TP, this is related to this buy limit, so it's not an active trade. If you click on the open trades, you can actually see where TPs are and stop losses and all of that. So the size of your stake, which you adjust from up here, making it lower by deducting or making it higher by adding. Now, very important, very important. If you're just starting, I don't really care what balance you have. You should not trade more than 0.02 or 0.05 maximum. Don't even think of trading at 0.1, 0.2, 0.5. Just to give you an idea, to trade at point 2, you need a balance of at least 2,000 euro. To trade at point 5, you need a balance of at least 5,000 euro. So if you started like me with a few hundreds or on 1,000 or thereabouts, your maximum is 0.05. If you're starting with 500, I would strongly suggest you start with 0.02. That will give you the opportunity to close partials, and we're going to get into how that is done now. So these are the trades I have going on, the trades we opened just a while ago. And if we want to take some profit, you just click on one, you see where it is, hold it, and here you have close position. Now when you're here, you can close, as you're seeing, with a profit in this case of 111 or thereabouts, or you can partially close. Up here next to 0.05 you have minus 0.01. So what I'm doing here is I am closing 0.04 of an 0.05 trade. So basically I'm closing 80% of it. Or I can close just 0.01. So I'm closing 20% of it and close with a profit of so. If you go on the trades, you will see this is now 0.04 instead of 0.05. And on the charts, it's reflected the same way as well. On the charts, every single trade is telling you at what level it is. While we're on the screen, you're seeing that the total profit up here with all these three trades is 78.80 euro. Now, next to positions, you have three dots, and you can close all positions, profitable positions, or losing positions. Be very, very careful. It happened to me more than once. I aimed to close profitable positions, and by mistake I closed all positions. So it might be wise to not use this until you're used to it, especially if you have stubby fingers like mine, and just close one by one. And again, we can even do the closing of partials in a losing position. Again, click on close position. Up here, say I want to close 0.04 or 0.03 of it, or 0.02 or 0.01. You can do this as many times as you want. But if I want to cut a bit of my losses, I can say, okay, let me just take some of that out. And now this is 0.4 as well. And yeah, again, if you're going to place new trades here, always watch out. If you notice here at the top, it's at 0.01. Generally, this goes back to what you just closed. Right now, I close 0.01, so up here it's 0.01. In fact, if I go on this trade and I close 0.02 of it and take that profit and go back to the charts, see, my trade is automatically at 0.02. It automatically goes to your last closed position, your last closed value. Now, again, overall I'm still in profit. Now on the screen you can go on history and see what happened. Now up here top right, you can click last month, last week, today. This account has just been used today, and you can see what history, what trades you closed. We closed 0.03 of 0.05 with a 68 euro profit, and just 0.01 of 0.05. There is an arrow up and down as well, top right, and here you can sort by profit, close time, and if you click close time more than once, it shows you an opposite direction. It's just flipping them around. Open time, again, same thing. I generally like to go on close time. You can click by profit, and so on and so forth. So that's so you know what you have here. This is the dollar sign mark with circles, arrows around it, round circles. Looks like a circle mark. Is just if you have more markets opened or closed. You would be able to, for example, select, let me see all the profits I made from XAU USD or just BTC USD, just so you know. Again, going back to trades, you have your screen here and you have your charts here. So opening your trading accounts, you need to have downloaded MetaTrader 5, and you need to click on this link, standard euro, to be able to open your account, your trading account. Then you receive an email with your trading account and master password, and those you copy into MetaTrader to be able to log into your account. Remember, your broker is Fortune Prime Limited, and you select that from MetaTrader. Now, once you go on MetaTrader, you would have your account over there, but that's a live account. So what you need to do first is open a demo account, and you do this by manage accounts plus to open a new account. This broker is already there because you just created your main live account, and wait for open a demo account right here, and you'll get your credentials right there, and you register, and that's your demo account created. So what we're looking at here is how to place trades in detail of a particular signal provider, in this case the Inner Circle channel, Telegram channel. You might have been invited to this one, you might have paid your subscription for it, whatever the case may be. This is how it's used. So if we have, for instance, the gold sell limit, you have an entry point 1, 4, 2, 3, 8 or 9, whatever you choose, and stop loss. So we put three trades per EP, per entry point. You put one trade at 4238, stop loss 4260, and set TP1 4234. Another trade, same entry, 4238, stop loss 4260 with TP2, so that's 4230. And the third trade, same entry, 4238/9, whatever, stop loss 4260, and no TP. This is because generally, as you've seen in the previous parts of this tutorial, you can move SL stop loss to BE, break even, or SL stop loss to EP, entry point. Now, generally when a trade goes our way, like this one for example, I mean TP1 was hit, 40 pips, so that's one trade closed in profit. You would move all stop losses to entry points, and if it goes back, you just got that. You just got 40 pips profit on one trade, and the other two trades closed in break even, which is fine. If it goes to TP2, great, because you have one trade that closed at 40 pips and the other trade that closed at 80 pips. Fine. You move SL to entry points, break even, and that way you have TP1 and TP2. But what happens generally is if the market keeps going our way, at least you still have one trade open that cannot lose because stop loss is at entry point, and you can milk it. You can take partials when it's 150 pips in profit or 200 pips in profit, and then you can actually move stop loss to in profit as opposed to just break even. So you're assured that whatever happens in the market, you're going to make a profit. It is always suggested not to put your stop loss too close to where the market is, because very often it can just take a big jump or a big dive, touch your stop loss, reverse back, and you would have missed out. So that's pretty much how to use this Telegram channel.